Good morning once again, and thank you for watching Sunrise at Sea. If you just joined us, we are continuing the conversation of Twitter jabs. This morning with me, Sandra Cobb, and the topic of discussion this morning is the toll payment of the Kampala-Entebbe Express Highway. Now in studio, I have a very special lady, Miss Joy Nabasa, and she is the Public Relations Officer of the company in charge of this tolling, Aegis Road Operations. Good morning. How are you, Joy?
Good morning, Sandra.
It's good to have you in studio this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we have questions. I'm sure people are having questions out there about this tolling. Social media, Twitter has been awash with all kinds of comments. Some are for it, some are using the other side, you know. And I'd just like to ask, what has been your achievement this past week, Aegis? What has been your achievement?
In this
like your
past
highlights.
week, it was a week full of celebration because the first achievement was actually for the tolling to start successfully. That was our first achievement and it went well. And for now, we haven't had major challenges that we can't really handle. And it is really good for us because we see our system working here, which is very good. And the other achievement is Ugandans are willing to use the road.
They are?
Yes, we've had large numbers coming in to pay their toll fees, which is really good. So we consider it a successful one.
I guess so, because it says Kampala-Entebbe Expressway, this was one of the tweets, collects 250 million shillings in 3 days, just 3 days. So tell us about the payment, the different payments for different motorists and different cars. How does that work? Okay,
we have, first of all, there are those motorists that are not allowed on the road. We have the pedestrians, motorcycles, border borders, the tuk-tuks, the three motorcycles, the three-tired motorcycles. Yes, they're not allowed on the road, and pedestrians and the stray animals, because the whole place has to be fenced off. Yeah, all that. So the only allowed vehicles are the motorcycles that are 400cc and above. We also allow the light vehicles, the light vehicles with or without trailers. Those are our normal cars that we use every day. They pay 5,000 shillings. The motorcycles pay 3,000 shillings. The ones that are 400cc and above. Then we have our light vehicles, the ones that pay 5,000 Ugandan shillings. We have the medium goods vehicles, which are 2 to 3 axles. Those pay 10,000 Ugandan shillings. Then there are the large goods vehicles with 4 to 5 axles, and those pay 15,000 Ugandan shillings. The very large goods vehicles of 6 and more axles, those will pay 18,000 Ugandan shillings. That's when you pay in cash. Yeah. Yes, at our toll booths. We also have card discounts.
The Upesi card?
Yes, the Upesi cards. Our cards are 3 types. We have the Easy Pass. The Easy Pass has a 10% discount. That's why we're actually encouraging Ugandans to have cards, because we keep having questions of the fees are very high, all that. So we encourage people to use our cards, our Upesi cards, with discounts.
So the first 3 days you made 250. We're on the 7th day. Yes. And still counting. So how much have you made? Do you have an estimate for us?
I really don't have an estimate, but I have an estimate of the passages. It has increased really in number, and as per 12th, that's the estimate I can give you. Yes. We had 106,100 passages already.
Wow.
Yes, from 8th to 12th of January. So Ugandans are really complying to this.
And the ones who don't want to pay, the ones who reach there, they're like, I don't want to pay, I'm not going to pay. Some people are so adamant they don't want to pay. What happens to them?
Of course, there are those that don't want to pay, but when they get to the toll booths and that they don't really want to pay, they will refuse to pay. We have traffic management measures in place to reverse behind slowly, already if they're in the lane, and they are taken out and they use the exit route and get back to the old Entebbe road. Yes.
Doesn't that inconvenience the people already on the line? Doesn't it create a little bit of commotion? How are we going to mitigate it going
Actually,
forward?
that's one of the reasons why we have traffic jam and cars still on the lanes, but we are trying to manage that. So as we escort them to the next exit, to the exit routes, next time he will not come back without money, or they will now, as they exit, they will start asking, so what do I do? Where do I go next? How much does my car pay? Today I didn't come with money, but tomorrow I will. Something like that, sir. We try to manage it that way.
Okay.
Yes.
This is very new to Ugandans, yeah? Toll paying at the roads, yeah? But Aegis has very big projects around the world, in Russia, in Ukraine, in Poland. Like, you have very big projects there. Maybe you could talk to Ugandans out there and tell them that this is a normal thing. It's just new here, but it's very normal around the world. And yeah, like, you have to pay when you're using these roads and everything for, of course, operations and maintenance, which is what Aegis does.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you could give them some insight on that.
Yeah, it being the first road, of course, there is always that resistance of why am I paying, why should I? But when we've had responses, negative and positive, but mostly right now we are having positive response. The negative response comes in of why should I pay? And we keep explaining that you're paying to use the road. You're paying for the loan that constructed the road to be paid. Yes. You're paying for the services, because we have free services on the road. We have 24/7 security on the road. We have emergency response. In case of an accident, we have free towing services. We have free ambulance services. We have, yes, all that. So as you explain to that, a Ugandan will be like, okay, I think my money is going to be put somewhere to do so. Yes, and we all want a smooth ride on the road. Yeah. So in case you know that there is traffic jam the other side of the other roads, you can get on the express and in a short time you're where you want to be. So it is here to help us be better Ugandans. And this is not the only road that is going to be put in place. So once this is a success, of which we hope it will be, more roads are going to come up and Ugandans will be willing to pay. Yes.
Is the exemption list still the same, or there have been some additions to it?
No, it is still the same. Like yesterday, General Katumba Wamala stated that it is still the same. The Minister of Works and Transport, we still have 3 vehicles, the 3 categories: the presidential convoy, the ambulances, and the fire trucks. Only. Those are the only exempted vehicles. At least that still stands.
So they say that after a year, you're going to look at the fees that people are paying now, and maybe they might revise it, maybe not. How do you think that will happen?
I really don't know about the revision, but we've had many complaints about the fees being high, and that's why we put in place the UPESI cards with the discounts. The revision may take place later, but that I'm not going to.
Okay. And what most Ugandans were having a problem with, and I was talking to someone yesterday, and it's like, I went on that road like a few times. He was between Entebbe and here. It's like, man, it cost me 30K just for and people are having a problem. Like, if you go, you have to pay. Then you come back, you have to pay. Then you go again, you have to pay. Then you come. So like, why can't we just pay for a day? You know, like, I'm going, I'm coming back.
No, this road was designed that way. You pay at every entrance to the expressway. So if you come from Kajansi, moving to Busega, and come back through Busega, you'll pay. Coming from Kajansi, you'll pay. So our UPESI cards actually are going to reduce the rate, because if I have a light vehicle and I'm to pay 5,000 shillings, I use a Upesi monthly because frequent users actually, that's where we get that complaint with the frequent users. But our cards, if you have the monthly card, it has 60% discount. 70%, sorry, discount. The weekly pass has 50% discount. So if I use the road like 4 times a day and I have my monthly pass, I'll end up paying 1,500 shillings per passage, per trip, which is less than 5,000. But the people who use cash don't know that there is this card that it will help. But this, first of all, the transaction takes the shortest time. 5 seconds and you're out.
And just, the card, they just swipe it?
They just tap on the card reader and you're out. That also helps. So everything comes good with the card, honestly.
I guess that's a good way to go. But what about the expiry? Because they're saying if you pay like for a month or for a week and you don't use the highway, that money is not carried forward. It's just like, poof, you have to pay again.
Yes, that money can't be carried forward because the card you got is for a week. It has 14 trips for 7 days. So if you pass and finish the 14 days before the 7 days, the 14 trips, sorry, before the 7 days, then you have to renew your trips on the card. If you don't use your trips and the 7 days elapse, you will still have to get more trips. For the 60 trips, same for 30 days. So when you get to our points of sale, which are at our toll stations of Mpala, Busega and Kajansi, they will explain to you, and you will know that my travel schedule is this and this, like I move how many times a day or how many times a month, then you will get the right card that fits your travel time. Yes.
Well, I guess that's a little bit of a catch-22 there. So you have to make up your mind. If you're going to pay for a week, make sure you use your trips for a week or for a month. But moving on to the tolling, since they are being manned by people there, does it happen also at night, the tolling?
Yes, we have 24/7 tolling system. Yes, we work in shifts. There are those that work during the day, there are those that work at night.
Yeah, because I guess also the highway is busy at night with people coming in from the airport.
Yes, don't think you will come from the airport at 2 and
yes, and they tell you wait
passage
till
no, it happens 24/7.
Okay, so what are your last remarks to the people out there about this expressway, what to expect and going forward?
Going forward, right now we shall emphasize security because it's a priority to us and all of us, the road users. So people get on the road and they are very happy and excited. There is no traffic, and they cruise. So we put in place safety measures. There are signs, there are road signs, there are speed limit signs. So we ask producers to respect the speed signs and control their speed. Also keep a safe distance from the car that is in front of you because we are all at a high speed. They may brake instantly and it will be a mess. We also want to avoid accidents in that and keep our road maintained and safe because if there is an accident, maybe the road facilities may be destroyed, all that, of which we come in and repair immediately, but we want to avoid that. Also, we're driving at a high speed while you're talking on phone, all that, and we don't have stops on the expressway. It is a whole ride through. In case of a problem, a mechanical condition or what, that's when you can stop and our patrollers will be there to help you, and that's when the free towing comes in.
Okay.
Yes. So we keep left on the expressway. You only use the right lane to overtake. But we've been having some Ugandans not really educated to use, since it's the first expressway, we shall excuse that, but then we come in to tell you each and every day that you keep left. Yes, the right lane is for overtaking, and we thank all the road users for using Kampala Entebbe Expressway. Yes.
I guess we are also excited because, as you said, security is very, very key. I mean, we saw just recently what happened on the Northern Bypass.
Yes.
It was quite unfortunate. And we had an incident, I think, about 2 years ago on the Entebbe Express Highway. That was quite unfortunate as well. But now it's secure. That road is secure. They can come and, you know, tow you if you have a problem. And it's just so good to be at this place at this time. So Ugandans, please warm up to this idea. It happens everywhere else in the world. It's just new here, but it's for us. I mean, Aegis is here for us to make sure that everything is smooth and everything. Well, thank you, Ms. Joy Nabasa.
Thank you
for coming in. It was really, really nice to have you, and thank you for that information and that insight. Well, you had that from Ms. Joy Nabasa, and she's the Public Relations Officer of Aegis Road Operations here in Kampala, that is handling the tolling of the Entebbe Kampala Express Highway. Well, that is all we had for you on Twitter Jabs 2 this morning, but don't go anywhere because Sarah is on standby with lifestyle. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Sandra.
How are you?
I'm good.
I can't wait to see what you have in store for us on the Hit or Miss.
Well, today is Friday, as you know, and what we do here every Friday is on our lifestyle segment, is we have the Hit or Miss segment. Today we're going to be looking at hairstyles, and with me is Kira, and she will be letting me know what she likes and what should be thrown out. Stay tuned. This is the wellness segment.